Hi, I'm Roby, and today I will be doing a video that's basically like kind of a Bible study. I want to call it, let me make sure this, I want to call it like read the Bible with me. First, I wanted to kind of go into a little bit about why I do this kind of stuff. I tend to do this either with the group that I am involved with for like the young female, I actually don't know the title, I kind of just go by the description, but I guess it'd be like the Bible study for young women. It's like ages 18 to like 24. And we basically choose a verse and we study it and like pray over it or meditate over it and fast over it for the week, and then meet virtually or in person to discuss and go over what we've learned or like studied for the week. And yeah, I tend to do also some of them by myself. Like sometimes a verse will randomly pop in my head, or I'll write one down from like church or like a sermon or something I watched, and if it stood out to me or I felt, I guess, called to write it down or read it again, I will do so. The one I'm doing this week is Proverbs 18 and 21. So basically last Sunday in church, my pastor's wife spoke about the power of the tongue and the power of the words that you speak, and how you can basically speak life with your tongue or death, which is actually the verse written down here. Let me make sure I have the verse, like the pure verse, not just the verse and like the breakdown that I had written down. And the verse, which is Proverbs 18:21, states, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof." And then also, you know, there's different versions of it or whatever that basically all say the same thing. But basically what I had gathered from that for this week, of course, and that I've been incorporating a lot, like I was always extremely conscious of the songs I'd sing, the phrases I'd say, like all that kind of stuff, because from a young age I was told by even like my parents and stuff, be careful what you say. Like you have the power to speak life or death over stuff. If you constantly talk poorly about yourself, like, oh, I'm so fat, or I'm so ugly, or I'm so stupid, it's cute and it's funny, but your brain, it also kind of leads back to like spirituality and like programming your mind. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a joke and the truth, because it's just words. Like it's the energy, I put vibes, but I did not like that word, the energy that is associated with the phrase. So like if I'm constantly saying, oh, I look so fat today, da da da, it kind of programs my mind to say you're fat. Now I have habits of somebody who stays fat, like not working out, eating incredibly terrible food for you, being lazy, not moving, doing stuff that will keep me in the fat mindset, which sounds so bad. I probably should have used, no, I think I'm okay with that example. The mindset of, oh, I'm fat and there's nothing I can do about it, when there is, most times, unless you have like a really bad health condition, there's stuff you could do about it, but it's a lot more challenging than if you are just fat because, let's say, they're not genetics and you just let yourself go for a while due to being sad or depressed, and it happens, but you can get back up and work on becoming healthier, which is very hard to do. Like I know I did it, it's really hard to do. And I had the mindset of like, I would say things like, I mean, I'm just so fat, or I'm not that pretty, or you know what, I'm never gonna look like her, some girl who's skinnier than me. And I'm like, because I've said that to myself and I've convinced myself I will never look like her, I'm a fat slap on the couch. And so another thing I've used, that I thought about as an example, is you can condemn people and speak ill over people. Like people that tend to gossip and speak poorly about people all the time, they are not conscious of what they're saying. Like you speak life and death over people. People that are constantly wishing ill upon people, and just because they're hateful hearted or they have like an evil spirit in them, constantly saying terrible things about somebody and wishing ill on somebody, all of that is powerful. Like your tongue, God created the earth with words. He spoke life over the earth. He said, you know, like in a way, I said it, so it shall be, and let it be done, and it shall be done. Like all of it is words. The most powerful thing. It kind of correlates over different things like spirituality, manifestation, which are all, I think, different interpretations, because history gets lost of the Bible or things in the Bible, or things in different holy texts. There's different interpretations of it, like praying, speaking things into life, manifesting, you know, like it's like calling, it's like how here in the USA they're pants, and then like in the UK they're trousers or something like that. It's different words for different stuff. Like, but if you look at them, they're the same thing. That's how I see it, of course. If I'm wrong to some people, I'm wrong. Like, it's just my life and how I see things. But as I was trying to say, to hop back on track of what I have, you can speak things into existence. Like you can speak negative things into existence. You can speak power over yourself or negativity over yourself. You know, I try to always tell people like I have friends who make jokes. Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm like, don't say that, because that's you declaring that over yourself. Do not say that you're stupid, because you're not. You did something stupid, or you had like a, not even stupid, you had a slow moment. We all have them, but you're not a slow person, or you're not stupid. You can have a day where you don't feel pretty. You're not an ugly person. You're not less pretty because you had a bad hair day today. Do not speak that over yourself. Do not speak that you're not attractive because of a bad hair day. The other example I had would be like if you speak negative things in the future. Like I had a friend who would always say, oh, I can tell that today's not going to be a good day. And I'm like, you realize the day is determined by you, correct? Like your day is determined by you, not Todd's day. Todd's day, Sam's day, Thomas's day. They're determined by them and what they decide for their day. You've already decided today's a bad day for yourself by speaking that into existence. You haven't even given the day a chance to be good, or you the chance to believe it's going to be good, because you've decided it's a bad day today, which is not good. I try, like there's certain songs, I see it on TikTok a lot, like with the song by Glorilla, it's 7 p.m. Friday, it's 95 degrees. Some people won't sing the part about not having a man because they're like, I do, or I want one, and I don't want to speak into existence that we're not together anymore. Stuff like that seems stupid and tedious and like overthinking, but you can speak the death of something, like the death of a relationship, the death of a job, the death of a career, anything, by constantly saying things that are speaking into existence that you don't have those things. And I never thought it was stupid, actually. I've always thought like that, but I see a lot of people, whether it be in comments or reacting to the kind of stuff and saying, oh, that's stupid, it's not that serious, but it really is though. Also, speaking illness and sickness onto yourself, like speaking like a short life onto yourself. I knew a guy, and he did end up dying, which was actually very scary, who always said he felt like he would die young. He ended up, and he went to my high school, he ended up getting shot and killed when he was 17. And I was like, because he always said that, and it was like a joke because of the type of lifestyle that his like family lives, is that he felt like he would always die earlier. And I was like, you probably should not say stuff like that, even as jokes. There's certain stuff I was always warned against saying as even jokes, like things like, oh I'm dead, oh that's like, oh like I'm dying, da da da. It's funny because it's like, you know, little sayings and stuff, but the jokes are, you're still speaking stuff. Like I said, your mind cannot tell the difference between, and nor can, I'm gonna use it in like universal terms, but also like terms basically for like the spirit. For the universe, and like your mind cannot tell the difference between jokes. That's why you tend to, even as a joke, say nice things about yourself. So I know a girl who always says, oh, I'm so hot, out of nowhere, and she's hot. But like also like your like spirit cannot tell the difference between a joke and you being serious. So your jokes should not be self-depreciating jokes, like about bad things about yourself or your situations. If anything, you should joke about good things about yourself. Like I'm not gonna say cocky, but a little bit more like really positive, more positive about yourself than you are about a lot of things. The most positive thing I guess you should be, I'm not gonna say, like people make jokes that it's like being a narcissist. That's a whole nother thing besides having really positive and good things to say about yourself constantly all the time. That's not narcissism. That's positivity for yourself and your brain. That's healthy. Narcissism is something completely different. I actually have a family member who was a diagnosed narcissist. Like it's completely different. Trust and believe me, it's so much worse. To tie all that back around, your words are really, really important. The words you speak, the words you play around and joke with them, the words you sing, the things you say. Like if you ever notice when you tell a joke to somebody that you think is funny, but they don't think it's funny and like it really bothers them, because there's no difference. Like even the tone you're saying it in it's still a negative thing. Like if you joke around and call somebody stupid or like dumb or ugly, yeah, it's funny to you, but that's actually hitting them in their like soul, their spirit, because you're speaking negatively onto that person by calling them something negative and speaking something bad into their life, as opposed to saying, oh, that's so silly, you're so smart. You're so smart. When you say stuff like that, it doesn't make you appear as you are. Or don't say that kind of stuff. You're too smart for that. Not, oh, you're so fucking stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just don't. I don't think I've ever joked around with my friends about that, but that's just because I don't like being called names regardless. So I never call other people names. If I do, it's because I hang around people that have done it so much, I've adapted the habit. So I try to catch it and make sure I don't do it. But To recap, Proverbs 18:21 is basically about how there is the power of life and death in your tongue, so choose your words wisely and do not speak ill over stuff. And that was kind of that was my Bible study and my verse for the day. Words are hella important, as I would say, or very important. Words are extremely important. Jokes, no jokes, even the little things you say about yourself. If it's so easy to say something negative about yourself, it should be even easier to say something positive about yourself, and you shouldn't let the world convince you that makes you narcissistic or self-centered, or it's somehow you need to humble yourself, because no, you don't. You need to be as loud and proud and positive about yourself as you are about anything. If you can rep a football team, you can rep yourself. If you can rep an artist, you can rep yourself. You can be that same, like your own fan. Say nice, positive things about yourself. Brag about your art, brag about your work, brag about things you do well, how you look. It shouldn't be so easy to say you're ugly, but not say you look attractive. If you think you're pretty or you think you're handsome, you're pretty and you're handsome. Even if you don't say it until you believe you are, do not manifest or speak into life that you are bad things. I hope that I didn't get too repetitive. It's a lot of the same stuff in my notes because it's such an emphasis on bringing up examples of how that comes into play. But thank you for watching. I would hope I'm gonna do more of these because I do like doing this. It also holds me accountable to read the word more myself, and it helps me make sure the word isn't just something I'm reading outside of my life, but stuff I incorporate into my life. So it's not just, oh, I have to read the Bible, but I'm reading the Bible because it actually helps me out in my life. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Pray, read the Bible, and take care of yourself.